What are the overarching themes, energies, circumstances coming up in October 2025 for Taurus? All right, you have consciousness of lack. Again, it's good that it's coming up, right? We want these things to surface because when you're aware of them, you can do something about it, okay? So you feel, oh, Taurus, you're being really hard on yourself, okay? For some of you guys, you're being really, really hard on yourself. Like you equate unworthiness based on what's going on in your circumstances. So if, say, for example, if your love life has been less than desirable, or if your finances have been particularly challenged, right? It's like you're equating your worth with what you feel you have. Right? Whether that is a relationship, love, friends around you, success, money, right? And you're basing your value on that. That's tragic. If you are doing that, Taurus, you need to stop that right now. Okay? Because I'm not being funny. What you realize as you navigate things in life is that people can come and go, right? And especially, I'm not being funny, but a lot of people are very fickle with their emotions, okay? And with their loyalty. They can be very fickle. So people can come and go. So don't pin it on that. And also when it comes to financial circumstances, it's like they say, most people are one paycheck away from being homeless, especially in this day and age, right? Yeah. So how can you base your worth on something that can be so fleeting, depending on what's going on, right? In your personal circumstances, but also what's going on in the environment that you inhabit, right? What's happening in your region, your country, right? The continent you live in, the time you're living in, right? So you cannot base your worth on what you think you have. That's a big no-no, okay? Because otherwise your self-esteem is always going to be going on some kind of roller coaster ride. As you know, there are times where you experience like an abundance of things, right? And there's other times where it may be a little bit more depleted, right? Just like how the seasons change. But, you know, things can fluctuate, right? Things can change just as quickly, right? So even if you feel like you've been down on your luck in some capacity, that too will change, right? Nothing is permanent. No situation is permanent. So please don't ever base your worth on what you think you have or don't have. Okay, because it's not reflective of your value. Okay, your value doesn't have a price tag, right? If there's anything you want to base it on your character, right? Base it on your character, not on material items or who happens to be in your life at the time. No, okay? Because a lot of you guys don't even realize that there is support available, right? With whatever challenges you're facing, professional assistance, right? Whether it's a work situation, a financial situation, an interpersonal situation with like a relationship, with certain people in your life, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever challenge you're facing, you know, that could be weighing heavy on you, there is support available, right? Whether that's someone you need to speak to, someone that can provide assistance in some kind of like financial capacity, legal capacity, whatever, right? But just know that there are resources, there are options, there is someone that can help. So if you are struggling in some capacity or you're facing a difficult situation where you need like professional support, assistance, guidance, counsel, it's available, all right? You just got to be willing to look into your options and actually, you know, take the action by getting in touch with those who can assist you, okay? But just know whatever situation you're facing, support is available, okay? So don't be afraid to reach out. That's really important, all right? Because you may be surprised at the solution that can be found. And look, what did I say about how things can change, right? Turn around, happy success, right? Going from feeling like everything's going wrong to everything working out for you. All because what, you were willing to ask for help, support, and you receive it. You see? So don't base your value on temporary circumstances, okay? All right, amazing. Tell me more about this energy for Taurus placements. Yeah, look, the devil. I saw it earlier and it wanted to come out. The devil. So again, don't reinforce the belief that you are the sum of your current circumstances, that you are stuck, that there is no way out, you know? That you should just resign yourself to this is your life. No, there's always a way out. There's always a solution, right? Yeah, but you have to be willing to also get out of your own way. So if you know that you have a hard time asking for help or getting others involved, then that's an obstacle that you need to navigate, because no one's an island, as my dad used to say, right? No one's an island. We all need each other. We all need people. There are times where we don't have all the variables or the facts or the insights or the know-how on how to navigate a situation. So there are going to be times where you need to reach out to the necessary individuals, organizations, authorities, whatever, that can help you navigate the situation, right? So you may find that is where you find yourself currently, Taurus, right? That you need some kind of professional assistance, maybe even legal assistance when it comes to a situation here, okay? And that this is not something you can navigate by yourself. This may be very specialist as well, right? So if this is not something you have expertise in, how are you going to necessarily navigate through it by yourself, right? It's not your arena. So there's going to be times where you have to enlist the help of others who are knowledgeable, that have expertise in that field, right? That's just how life is, you know? We all have to do it at times. Yeah, exactly. But look, it works out. If you're willing to get out of your own way and ask for assistance, allow someone to be privy to your circumstances, they will help you find a solution. There is a solution. That's what you need to know. It's not just about, you know, getting someone involved and seeing if you can find a way out or, you know, change your circumstances. Like, there actually is a solution that they'll be able to offer you or help you explore, navigate, work with you. Like, there is a solution. That's what you need to know. You will get out of this situation, but you have to be willing to get people on board that can help you, okay? But someone can definitely help you here. Someone definitely will have the solution. Yeah. But it's important that you don't give up. And definitely not on yourself, Taurus, okay? So I don't know if you're struggling a little bit emotionally, okay? I don't go into mental health factors, but that could be something that's affecting you, clouding your judgment, okay? Because of how you're currently feeling and looking at the situation. But I'm telling you, help is available, okay? So if you know you are struggling with the situation and you feel like all hope is lost, it is not, okay? There is someone that can help you and they will offer you a solution. Like, and it will work. I'm telling you, this isn't just like, oh, well, try this and maybe it'll work out for you. No, like, it genuinely will work, right? It will change your circumstances around. But again, you have to be willing to allow people to assist, okay, who are knowledgeable in whatever it is that you need help with, okay? All right, one more for Taurus, please. Yeah, Queen of Cups in reverse. That's sad. So I feel like right now you could be a bit overwhelmed. You're feeling a bit overwhelmed by the circumstance. Yeah. You feel overwhelmed. Maybe you feel like you don't have a tremendous amount of support, or you feel like someone isn't in your corner, or someone doesn't care. But I don't feel like that's the case at all. They just may not even be aware that this is going on. So unless you open up, Taurus, how can anyone help? You know, so if you are struggling with something and you know there's someone you know can help, but you haven't opened up to them, you really need to. Because they can't do anything if they don't know, right? That's the thing. And if you need that professional assistance, again, don't be afraid to reach out. And yes, you do deserve it. And it will turn things around. And you will be infinitely happier for it. So Taurus, I hope that helps. And I'm sending you guys a big squishy hug, okay? Because I'm telling you, you deserve to be happy.